Uh, so, the live stream I did this morning didn't want to post. Believe that shit? I'm like, alright, YouTube, it's whatever. Sitting here sipping on my last alcoholic beverage until I make some more money. So I appreciate you kindly for buying a t-shirt now. Yeah. And your boy Cobra's got some really awesome t-shirts on Customized Girl. Sure do. Yeah. I highly doubt that Customized Girl will approve these next two designs, but if they do, that'd be seriously freaking epic. Because the vegan booty and vegan teachers suck. They're just, yeah, don't even, dude, you look these broads up and they're just the worst, dude. I like my fuck the nuke shirt. That's gold shit. But,
this one.
CRT.
So radical leftist teachers need to be stopped. I agree. Like, you shouldn't fucking, you know what I'm saying, mix politics. Like, you know what I'm saying? If you got a teacher who supports Antifa, then you don't want them teaching your kids. Like, fuck those assholes, dude.
Deal. Because it's happening, and as a parent, I speak to other parents. There's a few things that we don't want. I'm biracial, I'm bilingual, I'm multicultural. The fact is, in America and North Carolina, I can do anything I want, and I teach that to my children. And the person who tells my little pecan-colored kids that they're somehow oppressed based on the color of their skin would be absolutely wrong and absolutely at war with me.
And this one?
Just want to counteract that. I actually pulled my daughter out of AM Culp because of the 5th grade teacher who lined those students up from whitest to darkest, made them turn around, and the white ones needed to apologize to the black ones. Now, do not tell me that did not happen.
Could you imagine a kid coming home from school and telling their parents, the teacher made us apologize to the black kids for our skin color? And it's just like, okay, I get it. We get it. White people have been assholes to blacks and women and minorities and gays and everyone else for a long time. But can we let go of that just a little bit? It's important, critical race theory is, to remind us of why we stay humble and we're grateful for our privilege. No, it's ridiculous.
Okay, in this district, you need to put an end to this. Kids do not see color, and you are segregating them and you are separating them.
I'll drink to that.
This is not okay.
There has been a rise of very, very loud progressive teachers going on the internet and telling you exactly what they're doing in their classrooms. There is, for whatever reason, a very...
Yeah, this video... made me want to drink. Shit. Got some water to hydrate my kidneys.
strong emphasis on...
That's the thing of it, man. Like, kids don't see racism or sexism. They don't see that shit. Outside of when kids think the opposite sex is gross, that's typical for kids. Outside of that, they don't really see sexism or racism. This is something that's taught to our children. It's really sad, to be honest.
Teachers sharing with their often young students their sexuality, whether or not they're transgender, who they're attracted to, and other creepy things that I'm not sure why kids need to know this. In fact, if you peruse TikTok for long enough, you'll come across plenty of coming out to my students videos.
I'm about to come out to all my students.
I just realized in post-edit that this audio is probably copyrighted, so yeah, this is basically just this human being telling his class that he's non-binary and responds to all pronouns, and then everyone applauds. Literally. I don't think I'll ever understand why adults feel the need to do this to children that are not their own.
Mentally ill and emotionally disturbed.
Or you'll find them
Look, I support trans, LGBTQ, all of that, non-binary pronouns, whatever. As long as you ain't creeping on kids, I don't give a shit. You know what I'm saying? That's just fuck sickos, dude, in all forms. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's the truth, YouTube, and I just don't think it's appropriate to be sharing that information with your students. And, like, what if your students feel uncomfortable about the situation? You know what I'm saying? That's not the environment to be putting people feel uncomfortable, dude. Imagine this for 1 second. Your kid comes home from school and, well, that becomes the conversation at the dinner table, doesn't it? That your teacher came out as gay or trans, which good for them, super progressive, right? I don't honestly give a shit, dude. Like, that's your choice. But time and a place, dude.
their pronouns and then forcing children to use them.
And it was like so awesome today. I was in charge of our like activity, and one of the kids referred to me as a girl, and
oh my god. You should not expect teachers fucking to memorize pronouns of all their students. And dude, school is confusing enough for children, man. You start doing like math and shit, and then they start adding like letters and symbols, and it's just like, what is this, hieroglyphics? Like, when I was a kid, I was taught boys have a penis, girls have a vagina. It's basic, you know what I'm saying, human shit. And don't worry, kids. If the whole non-binary thing confuses you, you're not alone. And this beverage is for adults only. Shh. I do not condone underage drinking. I really don't. You should wait till you're old enough, or at the very least, a legal adult kind of thing. Just because, I don't think kids should be drinking, to be honest. And I'm one to talk because I've gotten in trouble with my parents for sneaking liquor from their cabinets, and I got grounded every time. Yeah. I think the first time I got like legitimately tipsy, I went to the teen center in Valley City, North Dakota. Yeah, and back in the day, and I snuck a bunch of my parents' Bacardi, like legitimately snuck Bacardi, the original. I mixed it with some like old orchard kind of juice. That was a really fun night, dude. I got into a fight, kicked some kid's ass that night, got out of a ticket talking to a cop, and had a bunch of my female classmates grinding up on me. I was like, yeah, that was a good night, dude. If you go to a dance and you're dancing, or you go to a dance to hang out with like your classmates and shit. I've been there, done that, dude. It sucks getting the butterflies in your stomach. If you're nervous to ask a chick to dance, just do it. Grow a fucking pair of balls and just do it. And you think chicks ain't scared? Shit, dude. Ugh. I feel sorry for today's generation, to be honest. Good lord. So you know how I got chicks to dance with me back in the day? I said, screw it. And I did my own thing, man. No hand grind. I danced like a male stripper in front of all my classmates. I didn't care. I'm like, if the chicks can gyrate their hips, so can I. And then literally, like, I would power slide and play air guitar and shit to like the hard rock songs. And people are like, hey, look at Saunders go. Go Saunders. Go Saunders. You know what I'm saying? That's how I got chicks to fucking dance with me. Because that confidence. That's the shit that gets you the ladies, man. That I don't give a fuck confidence. You know what I'm saying? But off topic. Yeah, I'll be 31 on the 26th of March. I'm not complaining, to be honest. It just sucks getting older, dude. It's like you're watching your best years fade by you slowly. Dude. I'm at the age now where it's starting to feel like, man, I wish I was 21 again. I had more hair, but that's all right. I actually, this could be the alcohol talking, but I'm looking forward to getting older. It'll be interesting to see what kind of old man I become. Old man Cobra shaking his Cobra cane, waving his pipe at people like. You goddamn whippersnappers, that ain't music. Back in my day, we listened to Ozzy Osbourne. Now that was real music, goddammit. Be like one of those cranky ass old motherfuckers. The only thing I don't like about it, it's not a sword. Outside of that, dude, this thing's pimp. I love it. It just needs a stopper. But I'm not worried about it. This is more for novelty than anything until I get to that age. Yeah. Like, yeah, young whipper. Okay. But aside from that,
one of my kids was like, Jamie doesn't have a gender.
Jamie doesn't have a gender. She doesn't have a gender. Jamie doesn't have a gender. Oh my god. You think kids understand the whole non-binary thing? Saying you're transgender and non-binary, that's like saying you're vegan but you also eat meat.
Jamie's not a girl. Oh my god. And like the kid was just like, what do you mean? And she was just like, Jamie doesn't have a gender. Jamie is not a girl. I like the way that has me is so emotional.
I also have a lot of questions here about why this person is documenting an emotional breakdown. Why do so many
Sydney, our society is having an emotional breakdown, man. It's the truth. And it's so annoying. It's sad watching this happen. You can now identify as a goddamn cell phone emoji, and I'm just like, what? So if you choose to identify as the poop emoji, people must call you, that's the poop emoji. Otherwise, you're being disrespectful of their pronouns. You see what I'm saying?
stable people teach children?
She was like, Jamie's they. She's 8.
Like, they want to be called they, them, it. And it's just like, you think that's a bit dehumanizing, but that's what they want to be called. This shit's weird, man. I'm not gonna lie. The whole pronouns thing. It's like, when I was a kid, we didn't give a shit about pronouns. You either a boy or a girl, and you were either straight, lesbian, gay, or bisexual. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, just because we allow Caitlyn Jenner to be trans, we gotta set boundaries, man. That's just, I don't give a shit if you're trans, man. I support what Caitlyn Jenner's doing. She's doing her thing, dude. Like,
My 52-year-old parents still fucking call me she after being out
because you're
for 3 years.
Yeah,
because they raised you as a girl. Oh my god, dude. Our society's having a mental breakdown. Our society is having a goddamn mental breakdown, and I'm sick of it.
It's probably because they aren't being indoctrinated.
Like, that was like so awesome. That was just like so awesome. Like, I've like never felt more loved than like when I am with my kids.
Listen, Linda, honey, listen. There's something very wrong, maybe with you specifically, if you need your validation from school-age children.
I'll drink to that, Sydney. Cheers. Oh, if you don't want to buy a t-shirt and you just want to donate to the PayPal, that's cool too. It's greatly appreciated, but not required. I appreciate you all tuning in to watch the video. Radical leftist teachers need to be stopped. Yeah, that's the thing of it. Radical teachers, period. It's not just the left. There's radicals on the right. Radical politics just needs to fucking stop. It's ruining it. You got the corrupt politicians, and then you got the radical assholes on either side, and it's just like,
What do your students call you since you're non-binary? Miko's one of my students. What do you call me, Miko?
They, them. I mean, this child just looks like she's under duress.
That's my pronouns, but what do you call me as your teacher?
Teacher Roby.
So you know my pronouns are they, them. You know that you go by, or I go by Teacher Roby. What are your pronouns?
She, her.
Very good. And how do you feel about calling me Teacher Roby, and how do you feel about my pronouns being they, them?
I feel good about your pronouns, and I think you should accept yourself and don't listen to the disrespect.
You should definitely accept yourself. Absolutely. I love that for you. And
as long as you ain't a sick fuck, yeah, dude, 100.
When sometimes if a student messes up my pronouns and says she, her, or calls me Miss Roby, what do I say?
You say she or they.
Right, and then I also will remind you to call me what?
Teacher Roby.
I have somebody who has narcissistic pathology.
I am an out teacher at my school, out as both bisexual and trans, and a lot of other teachers on TikTok were wondering how I managed coming out to my students.
Maybe, oh my god, dude.
Gonna call me from now on.
Oh, this chick has got the most annoying voice. Holy shit, I need to take a sip. I need to take a sip, goddammit. I paid $108 for this Cobra cane, and when I was out strolling with it, fucking the head came off, so I fixed it with some clear drying Gorilla Glue, and then I respray painted it black on the cane part, and then a nice Emerald Hunter green on the head. And you know what I'm saying? I like this. It's got character, dude. Like, some of the paint chipped off from me dropping it, but I don't care. This thing's cool, dude. I like this. Like some Jafar type shit, you know.
Them Mandy. Them the Mandy. I like it. I think that's pretty good.
Oh my god, I can't. Cheers, folks. I gotta finish. I want to try to finish Satan's Bell before or after my birthday. I'm working on it. I got like 2 more songs in the making. I might add more. I might not. See where it goes. You know.
Do we say them or they? You would say they if you were talking about me and you were like, they are really awesome. Or if you said, I want to give this piece of candy to them. Get it? I like your hair. They. How about I like, how about... I like your hair, then. Close enough. We'll work on the grammar later. That's pretty good, though. I like it.
Well, today I read that 2 black holes are going to smash together and kill us all, and honestly, I'm fine with it. It'll be worth for having to see this haircut again. If you stay on the hellscape that is TikTok for...
I mean, if 2 black holes do clash into each other, I gave it a good run, dude.
length of time, you will also probably come across videos.
I already covered the second half of this part tour this morning, and YouTube just didn't upload it, so I was like, okay, I guess we can redo it. Whatever.
Of people saying that they won't divulge to students' parents when they come out as trans or something of the like. Because, as the person at the start of this video reminds us, these people do not think that they answer to parents. You know, the humans who birthed the child that you're grooming.
And that is why we use which for unrestricted sentences, okay?
Fuck you. Stop witch shaming. I'm so fucking tired of it. I'm sick and tired of people who practice witchcraft and what have you, the occult, being shamed in our society. It's been going on since the beginning of times, like the whole "you're a witch," you know, fucking. It's nothing new. I'm sick of it. I am fucking sick of it, and I get so much crap for carrying a wand around town. I don't care. Kiss my Asperger's, dude.
Alright, end of class. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Yo, what's up? No, come here. Alright, what's on your mind? Oh, no way. Alright, is there a different way you would like for me to refer to you as?
What?
Alright, is there a different way you would like for me to refer to you as?
No, I love that. That is so great. I think that name fits you really well. I will definitely write that down so I don't forget.
It is what it is. That's like giving yourself a nickname, dude. Fuck off.
Oh, no, that's totally fine. Alright, what we can do in that situation is during parent-teacher conferences, I will refer to you as your legal name. But here in the classroom, I want to make sure you always feel comfortable, included, and safe. You know, all the...
Yeah, you should feel comfortable, included, and safe, but it's not the teacher's job to memorize the pronouns of all their goddamn students. That's retarded. Like, you call them by their first name and you leave it at that.
good things. So I'll definitely be referring to you. Is that okay? Okay. Have a great rest of your day. I'll see you tomorrow.
Coincidentally, in the last few days, we've come to find out that North Carolina schools allow students to change their name and sex without parental consent.
And that's disturbing, to be honest. I don't think that's appropriate. Like, I'm sorry, but until you are 18 years old, your parents pretty much have a say in what you do with your life. You don't like it? It sucks. I've been there, done that, man. But look, dude. You know what I'm saying? Once you're 18, do what the fuck you want to do with your life, man. Once you're a legal adult, you know what I'm saying? Within reason.
North Carolina Department of Public Instruction, DPI, notified school districts in March of 2021 that Power School's Student Information System would display a student's preferred name on school records. And just last week, the DPI removed the sex of public school students from official state records in at least 3 districts. Then we have what if...
Because apparently that matters, right? I'm going on both sides of that argument. It doesn't fucking matter what your student's gender is. They're not there to brag about that shit.
This is.
Hi, everybody. Oh, just girls today? That's fine. I hate boys.
Ooh, dude. Why is it, okay, that when dudes hate chicks, they're the biggest pieces of shit, but when women hate dudes, nobody talks about it because, well, you probably deserved it, you piece of shit. That's one of those double standards. Oh, dude. It's like, okay, if you have negative experiences with the opposite sex, it sucks. To be fair, all of my experiences haven't been completely bad. But, what gives you the right, dude? Because if boys are not allowed to hate women, then women should not be allowed to hate boys. You want to hate them for being a sicko. Hating them just because anything else outside of that is just retarded. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Jill wears a dress, tra-la-la, but
you're a stupid bitch, tra-la-la.
If Jack wants to wear a dress, that's super cool.
Okay, you can't just say you hate boys, and then if a boy wants to wear a dress, that's super cool, too. That doesn't... What? I'm gonna need to go out and have a smoke after this, man, because I tell you what, watching this video just gave me secondhand embarrassment. Like, I feel so crap for our society right now, dude.
S makes the S sound.
As in, you're a fucking shit-talking slut.
Systemic racism. Good. What does she need? Yes, she needs a fork. Good. And what does he need? Therapy.
Oh my god, this bitch goes off on TikTok and sees just a regular looking white dude going, ah, and then automatically he means he needs therapy? Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. I actually had a Cobra cane that had a sword in it. I ordered it from a martial arts website. I saved up my money and my parents ordered it when I was younger. And when they got it in the mail, they were just like, oh, this is kind of heavy. And then they went, shh, oh shit. And they're like, okay, you can have it, but you can't take it outside. I'm like, okay. And then my dad removed the blade from the cane so I could fuck with it outside. And when I was younger, and well, then it broke. Last time I tried ordering a Cobra cane with the sword in it, it was a cheap one. It was, dude. And it didn't come with the sword, so I was like, fuck this. And then I ordered this one, and I'm like, yeah, cool. Ballin'. It's cult colors, and it's my favorite snake. You know.
And why hasn't there been a woman prime minister in Japan?
Because I'll tell you why. Because our society is fucking sexist. The last sip of alcohol. I'll get more when I can. I mean, it's my birthday this month, so I'm not worried about it, to be honest. But that actually does piss me off, that we can't have women be in charge for a change. A lot of you assholes out there would cringe at that, but I'm like, I'm all for it, dude. 100, if we had a female president, I'd be down. 1000%, man. Women's lib, motherfucker. Yeah. I'll grab some water. I'll be right back. Oh, that burns so good. This is why, this is why hatred breeds hatred, YouTube.
Think. Bert and Ernie are boyfriend and boyfriend.
How do you know? Don't assume they're shit.
Let's talk about Japanese war crimes.
Honestly, only one person in this video needs therapy, and it isn't the dude in the picture.
No shit.
I'm not allowed to be out as trans and non-binary at school. Do not come up in my comments saying that I am allowed, because I'm not. I live in Louisiana and it sucks here.
So move. If you hate where you live, fucking move.
Of course, my response to this is to be as obnoxiously queer as possible. So I've got my rainbow hair with leopard.
That's not quite the full spectrum of rainbow, but okay.
Right. I've got my rainbow glasses. Sometimes I wear pins too with various rainbow things on them. I don't have any today. I just have my COVID sticker. I wear things that do not match at all. Basically, my goal is to look like a unicorn threw me up. If I can't.
Congratulations, you nailed it.
That, what's the point?
I'm noticing a trend with these nose rings. Must be how they contact the mothership. But really dumb, cringy TikToks aside, and believe me, there are many,
I got a little drunk doing this video response, and I got distracted by listening to music. Yeah.
curriculum being taught in schools around the country is very concerning. At Whitney High School in California, students were given a quiz where they were asked a complete group of idiots.
Question number 7. A complete group of idiots. The KKK, all of Florida, Fox News, or Texans? I would circle A. Fuck the KKK. Grand Wizard, I'm like Avada Kedavra, bitch.
And then given the options KKK, all of Florida, Fox News, and Texans. Imagine being told that you're the bigger idiot than the person that can't work out which gender they are. On another survey for grades 7 to 12 across Minnesota, students were asked their gender identity, which included things like non-binary and two-spirit. It's all just so... They were also asked for their sexual orientation.
Two spirits, basically saying you have both feminine and masculine identities. It's fucking stupid.
Such as asexual, queer, pansexual, and the like.
Also, why do we need to know the sexuality of what these youngins are into? Like, really? Why does it matter? Well, as long as they ain't sickos, who gives a shit?
I have this one answer that's just, I'm not sure what this question means. Nothing. The question means nothing. During a grade 7 grammar lesson in Frisco, Texas, and seriously, guys, I want to cry when I see these things happening in Texas. Good grief. Kids are being taught that they isn't always plural because some people don't go by he and she. And honestly, what's so sad about all of this is that it's directly affecting the crazy gender.
How does it affect anyone if somebody wants to identify as they, them? And how does it personally affect you if they don't use your pronouns? This whole thing is fucking stupid, dude.
Confusion that we're seeing in kids, which I've spoken about in countless other videos.
Because it is National Pronouns Day, I'm just to let you know my pronouns are he, him, and demon, demon self.
This image was taken.
That's cute how they identify as demons. It's like, if you ain't willing to mess with an Ouija board in a haunted cemetery and try to summon actual demons, then don't identify as one. You're insulting.
In another classroom, showing a plethora of sexualities and telling students how to be a better ally. Which, you know, doesn't really surprise me. I mean, here's one teacher showing us the inside of classrooms at her school, and almost all of them have the LGBTQIA flag and Black Lives Matter flags. Well, I guess now...
And black lives do matter just as much as anyone else's lives. As long as you ain't a sicko, who cares? This is why I say hashtag some lives matter. A lot of people get it so twisted, man. So fucking twisted. It's like, do you have any idea what it's like to be a black person? You don't. Okay, I don't want to hear white folks bitching about systematic racism until they're being sprayed in the face with a fire hose by a black cop who's just sick and tired of whitey shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the truth until we get some corrupt black cop shooting a white person and nobody doing justice for it because, well, you're white. All you whites are racist kind of thing. Then I don't want to fucking hear it.
I'm no longer shocked by
fucking check your privilege, dude.
Video of a teacher in, again, Texas saying that she wants all conservative Christians to get COVID and die.
I hate Christians, but what? I wouldn't go that far with it. And just the extremist asshole Christians, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really give a shit if you're Christian. You know, if you want to believe in a higher power, I get it.
Well, okay then. But guys, let's also not forget the hypersexualization of children. We have all heard about the graphic books being introduced to children.
Fuck that.
But you also have...
Oh my god, you're teaching... Okay, I didn't get the sex talk in school until I was at least in 6th, 7th grade. So I might have gotten a little bit when I was younger, but... Imagine your son coming home and be like, so what'd you learn about in school today, Junior? We learned about oral. Fuck off. Kids are going to be curious about the birds and the bees. It's natural, dude, but there's a time and a place. And no one ever thinks about the parents anymore. It's just, well, you're going to get to talk whether you like it or not. You know, if someone gave my kid the talk without my consent, I would fucking flip, dude. You don't even know. That's just how I feel, man.
Asking 14-year-olds to share their sexual desires in the form of pizza toppings? What even is this? Obvious.
How the fuck do... I mean, I've heard of food porn, but... Okay, how the fuck do pizza toppings represent sexual shit? Like, all jokes aside, does somebody order a pizza with extra sausage? I just don't know how I'm gonna pay for this pizza. I could think of a way. Time to give you a tip. Chicka wow, chicka wow, chicka wow. Oh my god. Yeah.
You might not be able to list all of your wants, desires, and boundaries, but hopefully you'll start feeling more comfortable about discussing them.
Dude, I was attracted to women since I was a kid. I grew up watching cartoons like Sailor Moon and Tenchi Muyo and Freakazoid. Yeah, Cobra Queen. Yeah. Huh? Dude, yeah, I watched Sailor Moon as a kid because it was chicks in skirts, dude. I was a perverted little shit growing up, and really hasn't changed. Sailor Pluto was my favorite one, to be honest. That green hair, yeah. And then I heard a couple years back the original voice actor for Sailor Pluto died, and I was like, oh.
Those of y'all who don't like pizza or sex at all.
Okay, if you don't like sex or pizza, what the fuck is wrong with you? I mean, I get it. You know, if you're asexual, that's cool too, man. You know, to be honest, sometimes sex is more trouble than it's worth. You know what I'm saying? Like, good God. Ugh. For that 10 seconds of you're about to come in some sweet of age pussy and holy shit, you're feeling the moment she's feeling it. When you make a chick orgasm, it's the greatest, dude. It just makes you feel like a man, dude. And you'll know when a chick's about to orgasm, dude. You know, her whole body shakes, her back arches, her legs squeeze together, and you can physically see her vagina hole going. Woo, 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 woo. Yeah, man.
Feel free to draw out another food favorite or include non-sexual activities. I'm also curious to know when this constitutes.
Sex is kind of gross, to be honest. That's how I feel, and like, kids shouldn't be learning about that shit until they're mature enough. That's all I'm saying.
As grooming. I have so many questions. Then we come along to
Screw the grooming bullshit, dude.
critical race theory.
I agree.
And oh, do they love this topic. Here, high school students throw out dozens of books written by white authors to decolonize the school library.
So in order to be less segregative, you're gonna throw out the books about whites. In order to be less segregative, you're going to literally criminalize people for being white. Yeah, because that makes total sense. No.
Yeah, throwing away stock market books is in fact a good plan.
What the fuck? Okay, I don't care if the author is white. You should keep those books. This is knowledge. Knowledge is power, people.
Sure. I like the part of this where they throw out writings by Rousseau who, I don't know, like, if these kids know who Rousseau is and the things he did and said, that would shock me. That's how bad the education system is. These scripts.
Do you know how many people wish they had books that they could read? Something to take their mind off of shit? Because back in my day, we had books, goddammit. None of this iPad bullshit. That's the truth. Like, technology's getting so advanced. Whoa, dude. Imagine if I live long enough to be 74 plus. Imagine that, dude. Imagine what technology's going to be like then. I don't, dude. That just blows my mind.
Shots are part of the curriculum for Boston area kindergarten to year 8 schools. They talk about exploring white privilege, lessons in whiteness, and privilege and oppression. Well,
privilege and oppression, it exists in all races and all genders. It's the truth. That's what pisses me off about society. It's like, okay, I'm all for giving blacks, minorities, and LGBTQ plus equal rights, but that doesn't mean we gotta take away the rights from everyone else. It isn't as bad as what they've gone through, but I'm just saying, dude.
I guess that's how we end up with people like this.
White people. Come here. Y'all need to sue the government. And wait, I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
Now,
They owe us, black people, reparations.
Because of people like this?
Reparations, but okay. How long has slavery been abolished in our country? And I hear it. I hear what you're saying, dude. Like Martin Luther King Jr. died a long time ago, and there's still hatred in our country, dude. People just hating on folks because he has a different skin color or a different gender, and it's retarded. Rest in peace, George Floyd.
I'm a fourth grade teacher, and I do a lot of work with social justice and equity in my classroom. We have racialized conversations all the time. I, Hannah Fandon Steele, am a racist. I am a product of the white dominant structure I was raised in. My people have done an excellent job lifting each other up. Unfortunately, that was on the backs of people of color. Because this is deeply embedded in my history, it is no one.
I'm so sick and tired of having the whole white racist bullshit shoved in my fucking face. That is a fucking goddamn stereotype. Not all whites are fucking racist. You know what I'm saying? I'm sick of it. I'm actually a decent guy, so when I hear about this shit, it just makes me want to fucking go, oh my god, dude.
I was passed down views that are racially problematic. Even though white supremacy can be unconscious, it is constant. Living in this society would have been a miracle for me to be anything but racist. Now that I know I have deeply rooted racist tendencies.
Okay, it's one thing to check your privilege and be like, I'm white, and honestly, I appreciate the privilege that I have as a white person. It breaks my heart when I see people go through shit like this, dude. It's just like, is there any need for it? The answer is no.
I can constantly be.
But having that constantly shoved in your fucking face, it gets annoying as shit. Like, okay, we get it. White people have been racist. But the thing about racism, it exists in every race, dude. Real talk. But no, if a black person's racist, we're not allowed to talk about that. Shh. Check your privilege, whitey. Fuck off. Can we just stop the racism and the sexisms? I'm over it.
Looking and listening for how they surface in my life. And when a person of color gives me feedback for not being a good ally, I can say thank you and not get defensive.
Lady, you couldn't oppress yourself out of a wet paper bag. Only a few weeks ago, Justice Page Middle School in Minneapolis gave advice to students in this directive about how to participate in Black Lives Matter protests. Make sure to bring your first aid kit and your snacks. My personal favorite is the recent story of a Montessori in Massachusetts trying so hard to be woke that they had kindergartners paint black faces on paper plates to hold over their own faces for...
Don't! A Massachusetts monastery preschool has shut down and apologized after a classroom full of toddlers painted black faces on paper plates and then held them over their face as a celebration of Black History Month. Stop. And did it really have to shut down? Because everyone's sensitive about this shit. And rightfully so, you should be, but did you really have to shut down? Oh my god, dude. So is it called whiteface when black people wear corpse paint? I'm just kidding. I was really shitty. Okay, Cobra, calm down. Edgy.
Black History Month. I am convinced we live in hell. Plenty of schools from kindergarten up to high school integrate Black Lives Matter curriculum, or CRT if that's the preferred terminology, into their teachings. These images are taken from various schools across the USA.
Use your white privilege to end white privilege. Okay, so then what? Ow. How can you use your white privilege to end it? Then if you ended it, you wouldn't have it in the first... Oh my god, dude. People are fucking dumb. I'm not gonna deny, yes, white privilege is a thing, and it's shit. Absolute fucking shit. And I hate it. I fucking hate it. I didn't ask for this fucking privilege. I didn't. Dude. Nobody does, dude. No one says, "Oh yeah, I think I'd like to be born into a race of people that are treated as superior." Fuck that. Ugh, dude. And yes, when you start doing crap like this, all of a sudden it's like you're making people of other skin colors feel less important. I'm not trying to be a dick, but that's how it is. If they would have added a little 2 to their Black Lives Matter 2 thing, you know what I'm saying? There are some people who legitimately feel like the BLM movement is meant to make certain people feel more superior because of their skin color, and that makes you ignorant, dude. If you had to face the systematic oppression and racism and bullshit that black people have had to face for the last 500 fucking goddamn years, you wouldn't be sitting there complaining about it, dude. Like, it's the truth, dude. Seriously, if America was colonized by Africans and then they stole people from Britain to enslave them, it'd be a different story. Except slavery has existed since the dawn of time. Pretty much everyone in their race has been enslaved at one point. Blacks, whites, everyone. But you can't talk about white slavery because one, check your privilege, and two, it doesn't fit the narrative. You know what I'm saying? The narrative being that all blacks and women are oppressed, and fuck Whitey, he's a piece of shit. I'm tired of that narrative. That's not good for your self-esteem to constantly see yourself as a victim and poor me, poor me. Screw that, dude. Use your white privilege to end your white privilege. Okay, I get it, but at the same time, it's like, what? I'm so sick and tired of having white privilege shoved in my fucking face. You want to talk about privilege? Dude, if a black person kills a white person, no one gives a shit. That's the fucking cold truth of it. Outside of that person's family, back in the day it was reversed. And it's just like, and to some degree, you know what I'm saying? Straight up real talk. If a black cop kills a white person, are there going to be riots in our fucking goddamn country? Fuck racism in all forms. I'm just saying. No, there isn't. If you say white lives matter, you're a fucking racist piece of shit. So you say black lives matter, rah, you know. And it's just like, that's why I say some lives matter, dude. That's why I say some lives matter. Fuck racism, dude. I support Black Lives Matter. I don't give a shit what anyone says, dude. I can't begin to imagine what it's like for people of color to go through that shit. I have black friends. I've had black friends growing up. So to me, it's just, there are several black YouTubers I look up to. Dame Drops, you know what I'm saying? Badlands Chugs. So it is what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Seeing Black Lives Matter in one way or another. This one refers to January 6th and says that protesters were.
Imagine how that must feel being a white kid in today's schools. You've done nothing to these people of color. You're existing with your generation like everybody else. And now you're being taught to literally hate the color of your skin because you're white. All in the name of, we gotta end segregation and racism. Right. We're going to end segregation, sexism, and racism by allowing women, minorities, and blacks to be dicks to whites and men. And if you say anything about it, you need to check your fucking privilege. And it's just like, you know what? I'm tired of having that thrown in my face. I'm tired of having the systematic stereotypes of being white and man thrown in my face. It's like, hey man, we're not all like that. You've heard that said by women, by blacks, by everyone else. We're not all like that. And that's the sucky part of it, YouTube, is the assholes will ruin it for everybody else. I'm sick of it. I'm a decent guy with a good moral compass, so what the fuck, dude? Like, why am I getting thrown underneath the bus? Because of your skin tone, huh? Fucking Jesus Christ. I fight for civil rights, for gender and racial equality. You know, as long as you ain't a sick fuck, I don't care. As long as you ain't a murdering, psychopathic piece of shit, I don't care. You're a decent person, I'll support what you do. That's, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's fucking dumb, dude. No, it fucking kills me, dude. I'm just like, what the flying fuck? Because fighting systematic oppression with more systematic oppression, that's like throwing gasoline on a fire and going, oh, what could go wrong? Yeah, fuck it. I want to take this big old hose. I want to spray gasoline on the fire. Because that'll totally put it out right. Wrong.
Stopped because they're white and privileged. At this school board meeting in Santa Barbara, California, these students sing the Black National Anthem. Wait a minute, there's a Black National Anthem? In the background of these...
That's cool. I don't care. You know?
Students, you can see signs saying George Floyd matters and Black Lives Matter. A school board in Seattle recently defended the fact that they had segregated meat.
You would not be having this argument if it was fucking racially reversed. If white people had faced oppression from black folks for the last 500 fucking years, the argument would be flipped, dude. Fucking... At the same... You know, that's just it. I'm sick and tired of having my privilege thrown in my fucking face. At the same time, check your privilege. Which...
Things by skin color in order to be inclusive. This middle school in Lafayette, Louisiana wants racially conscious white students. And on and on and on it goes.
Can we stop making it about race? Can we just, seriously, can we stop fucking making it about race?
But you know, perhaps my
critical race theory reminds us of the history of our country's racist history, and it's important to remember these things because we shouldn't be like that to people. That's fucked.
Favorite story in all of this is one about a Michigan school compiling a dossier of parents who commented negatively on the school's virtual learning policy. The school superintendent went as far as to call a parent's employer and tell them that she did a bad thing. She was subsequently fired. Now, there is plenty to be said about the state of the education system, but we don't have enough time to get into it today, but I am actually happy to make another video deep diving into this topic. But even so, I still hope that this video illustrates, at least in part, some of the lunacy that is going on in relation to your pudding people. The issue, it seems, is that teachers see themselves as political activists, doling out justice for children, while simultaneously shaming them for being white, or making black students feel victimized. In addition to that,
hashtag stop white shaming, hashtag we're not all the same. Yeah.
There's the oversharing issue and the fact that teachers are pushing their value systems onto kids with not enough pushback from school boards and parents themselves.
I agree, Sydney.
It gives you a very good insight into how progressivism is taking a hold and strangling the life out of the knowledge that your kids could potentially have. And that is alarming. Much as I personally enjoy a good laugh at radical leftists, all of this is exceedingly concerning to me. And in the end, I firmly believe that if we want to wrangle back the education system, we must start with teachers like this, with the school boards, and parents need to get involved directly. In reality, we need to start rooting out anybody who is undermining the education of our children. Now, before I open the floor to all of you, this is just a reminder.
Hey, teacher, leave those kids alone!
You can check out American Hartford Gold using the link in the description. Or you can text Sydney to 65532 or call this number to investigate and get your hands on some gold and silver. Now I open the floor to all of you. What do you all think? Is the education system actually as messed up as I personally think it is?
Yes, and it's gotten worse since I was a kid. Don't get it twisted, man. There were some really awesome teachers. I had a lot of awesome teachers growing up. I did, you know. But I also had some really, oh, dude, God. I had this one teacher in first grade who was like 185 years old, Mrs. Hammerlick. Yeah, I remember her. She was a crotchety old hag. She's probably dead by now, but so no offense to her or her family, but I remember Miss Hammerlick. She drank a shit ton of coffee and she had no patience, dude. And when I was younger, I hated it, but now that I'm starting to get older and a lot wiser, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, I kind of get it because kids are obnoxious. Shit.
Do you think that these teachers are doing the right thing by their students? Do you think that these teachers are representative of a wider group of teachers? Or do you think that...
No, they're not. One bad teacher is not going to ruin it for everyone else. At least it shouldn't.
They're just a small, very vocal minority. What do you think of the curriculum being taught in relation to critical race theory and gender theory? And what do you generally make of this issue over...
I'm all for critical race and critical gender theory. 1000%. It helps us understand each other and better ourselves as people.
As always, if you like the video, hit subscribe and the thumbs up button. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to do so. Just be respectful about it. And I will see you guys next time.
Rawr. Okay. Yeah, YouTube, fuck the bullshit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm over it. Anyways, I'll catch you later.